Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Paige, this is Seeking Alexandria, and I'm so excited because today we are diving into a new brand. I found it at Ulta. It is all the buzz in the beauty community, and it is of course the brand Uoma. Now I have their foundation, concealer, a palette, a lipstick, and a lip gloss, so I don't have everything, but I tried to grab a little bit from every category, and we're going to dive in. So the first thing I want to say is I'm going to be putting a time card right here for you guys, so if you want to jump ahead to the application, you can go ahead and do that. But for the first couple minutes in this video, I'm actually going to go through and talk about the brand, because for those of you that are new here, I really love getting into what a brand is, what they're all about, who created it, why they created it, and really getting into what makes this brand tick. So anyways, I'm on their About Us section on their website, which is uomabeauty.com, and it says here that the name Uoma means beautiful, and we believe that beauty starts the moment you decide to be yourself. We exist to rewrite the rules of inclusivity and diversity to create a world of beauty that truly is for all of us. Founded by Nigerian-born, LA and London-based former beauty executive Sharon Shooter, the Uoma Beauty range is rebellious, innovative, and created for all. At Uoma, we are an empowered tribe. Our race is human, our people are free, our language is color. All are welcome to our beautiful tribe. So from here, I'm going to start drifting over into their face section, which gets into their complexion and how they came up with the shade ranges and stuff for this foundation. So if you saw it on the Ulta website and you were a little thrown off, how everything kind of has a different cap color, they have these different, white pearl, fair lady, honey, they have different like sections, if you will. And that kind of threw me off for a second because it didn't really give me much info on the Ulta website, but over on their website, you will find a ton of information. And I think it's really actually awesome the way they broke it down. And the way that I'm going to kind of surmise it for you is they looked at all different skin tones and they realized that each skin tone has its own set of issues, has its own need for foundation, what it's going to cover, or the actual problems that that skin tone faces out in the world, out in the atmosphere, versus another skin tone. With all of that being said, that's going to bring us into what they call their skin kins, and they are introducing a new way to find your perfect match. Using the Fitzpatrick scale, which measured skin reaction to the sun, we have identified 6 skin color groups that share very similar characteristics and needs. At Uoma Beauty, we call these groups our skin families or skin kins. Everyone falls into one of these categories depending on their skin color or common issues associated with skin type. Check out below to find your perfect tool and discover more. And then I'm trying to like hold on to my phone, but no matter how I hold on to it, I'm going to block out the screen, so my bad. And then as you scroll down here, you can see it takes you into, okay, here is the black pearl, suitable for dark brown skin. These are the issues you may face. These are the products and the shades that we think would work best for you, so on and so forth. So if I scroll all the way to the bottom here, I will find the one that I believed I fell under, which was white pearl for very fair skin. And hello, there's a nice pasty queen, hello, hi. And it says here, specifically formulated for very fair skin, the most common concern with this skin type is hypersensitivity and redness. True and true. The White Pearl Foundation formulation is created with microalgae extracts from the thermal waters of Ischia, considered the European capital of well-being. This extract is known to relieve sensitive skin, help reduce inflammation, minimize the skin's response to stress, and promote a natural regeneration. Berry extract delivers hydration to ensure your skin is as flawless as it looks. Why stop at foundation? Explore our brightening concealer, your beauty sleep in a bottle, and matching your contour highlight cream stick built specifically for you. Shop the White Pearl range. But basically the way they went through and broke everything apart was just a way to show you, look, we want to give you not just something that meets your skin tone or your coverage needs, but also something that will work best and infuse with what you need and help you in those areas as well. So now getting into what I picked up and getting into the application side of things, I grabbed the White Pearl family, which again was that fairest family or skin kin, within the shade T2N. Now, what I'm taking that to mean as T2, meaning it is the second tone into the line with a neutral undertone. And I will get into why I chose that in a second, but what that is defined as on the Ulta website here, for very fair skin with a neutral undertone. Now, I went with T2N for a couple reasons. Number one, when I looked at their concealer shade range, I got a little bit nervous because they do have a lot less shades in their concealer, which makes sense. I mean, I can understand. But given that, typically the concealer doesn't go as light as I need it to go. So I figured if I went one shade darker for foundation, maybe I could go with their lightest concealer and have everything kind of work and blend out. So here is the foundation, and I really love a couple things about this. First of all, the glass frosted component I think is stunning. I love that. Now these foundations are $39. You get 1 full fluid ounce, and they were curated, it looks like, in 51 shades, which is what I'm seeing on the Ulta website. And I'm not mad at that. I feel like coming out the gate, that's a beautiful shade range. And again, I love how they took time to really curate each section. Now, certain categories or skin kins might have more concealers or more foundations than the other skin kin families, but to start off everything as a shade range, it does look really, really beautiful. So here is this color, which is actually like almost a perfect match for me. Wow, okay, so that's wonderful. Now I want to go ahead and swatch the concealer because this is the part I'm worried about. This looks very dark, and I grabbed this in the shade White Pearl T1, which is the lightest shade of concealer they offered. Yeah, see, that's the concealer, and it's quite a bit darker than the foundation. That's the only thing that bummed me out, is that you didn't really have an option when it came down to concealer that looked like it would be light enough. But nonetheless, we are going to try this out. And this concealer is $25. You get 0.17 ounces of product. It is available in 17 shades. And again, I grabbed the White Pearl T1, and it looks like the Fair Lady T1 may have been a little lighter, but Ulta doesn't have swatches. All they have are pictures of containers. So I'm not really sure if that's the case or not, but nonetheless, I think that's all the info we need. Now, let's talk real quick about the amount of product, because this seems a little bit small. How much product? How much would that be if I compared it like I did? By the way, if you missed my Jeffree Star video, I did his concealer powder video. I will link that up here. In that video, I really dove into the amount of product you get with his concealer, because you don't get a lot of concealer in that container for the price. So how much do you get in the Jeffree Star one? It is, yes, 0.15 fluid ounces in the Jeffree Star concealer. This is 0.17, so you're getting a freckle bit more in the Uoma Beauty for $25, which I think is actually $3 more than the Jeffree Star concealer. So it's definitely a pricey concealer. If you didn't watch that video, again, I will have it linked for you. But in that video, I went through and I did a bunch of cost analysis on how much you get. And if you were to multiply everything out to a full fluid ounce, this was like $193 for one full fluid ounce versus I believe the Too Faced Born This Way was like $68 for a full fluid ounce, and the Tarte Shape Tape was $88 or something like that. So very, very pricey if you wanted to go the Jeffree Star concealer. And again, it's looking like this one would be about the same, if not maybe a couple dollars more. So the concealer is a bit pricey in the shade range and not the best, but I think we are finally ready to go ahead and apply some foundation. Wow, that was a lot of talking. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead, wipe these samples off here, and we're gonna get started. All right, so we're good, we're ready. My prime and prep is done, and for those of you that are relatively new here, anytime I do a foundation review, I always split my primers. That way I can try the foundation with two different types of a base. So on this side, I went Tatcha Silk Canvas just for pore filling. I use this one day in and day out, and it never does me dirty. And then on this half of the face, I went Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer. This is a good one if you want a little grip, a little hydration. So I figured we could try out both. And then to apply this, I'm going to be going back in again with my e.l.f. Total Face Sponge. Now, I did recently use this in my Full Face of Walmart, which I will leave right up here for you guys. Super fun video, tested out a ton of stuff from Walmart. And I went through, I washed this. I had a little bit of an issue with it leaving little like purple dots all over my face, but I washed it really well, and I'm hoping that maybe now all of those are gone. We can work through this. So I'm going to be using that. Pumps are smaller, so I went 4 pumps. Definitely a runnier foundation. I'm going to get it going here. Ooh, girl, the shade is not bad. Oh, hello. She's still going. Still going. Okay. Okay, keep it moving. Guys, we're still spreading. I still haven't dunked back in for any more foundation. Wow. Wow. That's crazy. How far that just went is insane. Oh, and I didn't color correct my spots with that concealer. Guys, I'm sorry, I got too excited. Sorry. I never dunked back in at all, and I'm like, my entire face is done already. Like, that is bizarre. Look at that. It just spread so quickly, so evenly. It is perfect on my skin. Dare I say that is the easiest foundation I've ever applied. Whoa. And it's pressing into the skin beautifully. I would say to start off, I have a really nice, even, medium coverage. It looks so nice on my skin, settling into the pores beautifully. I'm going to go in here and build up a little bit. See how that build looks? Ooh, it looks good. That applied so much and so well that I didn't even have a chance to go in with a brush. I apologize. But like, sorry, not sorry, because it looks so good. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and conceal. Now, obviously, this concealer isn't so much an option because it is quite a bit darker. I'm so sad about that too. Like, what if I try, like, what if I just mix a little bit? Like, I'll just take some on my hand right there, and I mix a little bit of it with my Too Faced Born This Way, and I try to make it a little bit lighter. Okay, so I got it mixed together. It's not a bad situation. So I'm gonna go ahead here and apply some. Oh, actually, that looks pretty. Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. And I'm going to get to blending that out. I'm gonna give myself a little bit more here. Let's just blend and see what she looks like. Ooh, pretty. Alright guys, so I went ahead and I gave this just a minute to settle onto the skin because I was looking for the contour wand, which I know I picked up, or at least I thought I did. It was in my cart. I swear to you it was there, but I just went and checked my receipt and the box, and I don't have the contour wand, and I'm very sad about that. But nonetheless, this did give me time to let all of this soak and settle into the skin, and it feels so good. It looks beautiful. It's definitely not setting itself. Like if you have dry skin, I think you'd probably have to lightly set this no matter what, because it's still staying very nicely radiant. It's not overly so. It has such a beautiful, healthy glow to the skin, and I'm really hoping this is translating on camera because it looks so beautiful. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to go ahead and set the rest of the face because I don't have that contour stick thing. So I'm going to go ahead here, take the Maybelline Fit Me 05 Fair. This is my favorite powder. I'm going to pat out the under eyes, press it into there with my brush, do the rest of my face with my powder puff, and then come back on and see how everything is looking. All right, you guys, I went ahead, I got everything done, set down. I added some brows, a little bit of my Urban Decay Double Down Brow, which is just the brow powder in the shade Neutral Nana, and then I went in and feathered up the brows a touch with the ABH dark brown brow gel stuff that they came out with, just for a little bit of feathering. And while I was also off camera, I went ahead and I got into this bad boy right here. They released 3 palettes with this collection, and this is the Black Magic palette. Now these are all $44 a piece. They are 10 shades each, and let's just kind of show you guys what we got going on here. Whatcha! Look at that. Oh my god, does this not speak to your soul? Now for $44, it is a little bit on the pricier side. It has 10 shades in it, and the total net weight of product in here is 0.35 ounces. So each shade is only 0.035 ounces a piece. Now that is a little bit farther than I would like it to be from my standard 0.05 ounces. You guys know that is my all-time amount. That is what I think every shadow should have. And so for $44, it does have a little bit less product than I would like, but nonetheless, I went through, I swatched the shades, and they are so beautiful. Now because this video isn't so much curated just for the eyeshadow palette, I'm going to be doing a pretty light look today, but I did want to give you a nice shout of this here because it's gorgeous. Guys, I have been trying to zoom this camera in and around for the last 10 minutes, and I don't know what the situation is there, but here are the swatches nonetheless. I will go ahead and pan in for you so you can take a look. I will say on camera as well as in real life, these 2 deep shades right here, this deep matte green and deep matte purple, they're looking a little bit chalky and a little sparse with pigmentation, but other than that, the rest look so beautiful. What if I were to do this red to this pink to this yellow and kind of like use the 3, fade them through the crease? I think that could be really beautiful. Maybe that's what I'll do. Okay, I'm going to start off here with the Morphe M507, and I'm going to go in with that red shade Love, and I'm going to start just kind of defining myself a crease on the outer V. Now this is a pretty rich red shade, so I want to take it a little lighter. Oh dear God. I don't know if it's showing up purple on camera, but I swear to you, it is a red tone in real life, and then as soon as I'm putting it on my eye, it's turning purple. That is so bizarre. Okay, I need a different brush. My entire game plan just changed a little bit. So we're gonna instead blend that out with the Morphe something. I don't know what this is. It doesn't have a name. But we're gonna blend this out just a little bit here. Why is this not blending? I'm getting nervous. It's patchy. What's happening? Why is that not red? Like, I swear to you, at first I thought there was something on the brush, but this brush was completely clean. And it's still purple. I do not understand what is happening. So now I'm going to grab this light pink shade here, and I am going to go in with the Morphe JH31 brush. I'm going to try to blend this out, upper V, outer V, inner V, this whole area. I'm going to try to fade it together. I'm going to try to get my life going. All right, so I'm not frustrated at all. So I'm going to grab my NYX glitter glue here. I love it so much, and I'm going to go in with the shade Lady of Gold, which is this really nice bright shimmer, the one that's on my wrist right there. And I'm going to basically put that from the inner corner all the way out toward the outer V, fan it out, open up the eyes, all that good stuff. It's going to be a really light eye look today. And we're just going to pray that it comes together because I'm a little frustrated. Guys, so it has taken me about 12 dips, and I wish I was exaggerating, into this pan so far to get this level of opacity. And I'm trying not to get frustrated, but like I literally will dig in here and then apply it to the lid, and I swear to you, nothing comes off. Like, I don't know what is happening here. So guys, I might regret this, but I want to try something. I want to take a little bit of this dark purple shade Opulence. Now this one I had a really difficult time with on my arm. The swatches looked horrible. I had to build it up so much to literally even get it to show up on camera without it looking crazy patchy. And I want to take just a little bit of this on my no name Morphe brush, and I want to set this down and see if it blends. any better than that red shade, which by the way, not red at all, and it is almost the exact same shade as this purple when I put it on my eye. Like, you can barely see a difference between the purple I just set down and the red that I put down first. That is so weird to me. Okay. Anyways, I just wanted to blend this out, give it a little bit more depth on the outer V. Nothing crazy. Oh my God, could that look worse? No, I don't think it could, Paige. It really could not look worse. All right, so I'm just going to throw a little bit of the Love shade, the red shade, not really red, under the eye of Freckle. Okay guys, so I think I have carpal tunnel and tennis elbow and a torn rotator cuff based on how much I just sat and blended, and I need to just like take a minute. So we're gonna call this done for the eyeshadow look. I'm gonna finish up the rest of my face, and like I'm gonna take a little couple deep breaths. I'm gonna drink some Diet Coke with light ice from McDonald's. I'm gonna breathe. I'm gonna do my thing, and I'll check back in with you when I'm done. So just like hang tight, and I'll be right back. Oh, pray for me. Okay, you guys, so I went ahead. I think I got my face as good as I can get it. On the lips, I went in with a mixture of their two lips right here. On the more matte side, you can tell I am wearing a matte lipstick, obviously. This is in the shade Angela. It is their bullet lipstick. It is so nice. I love the color. The pigmentation is beautiful. I have no issues with that. The formula is a little bit too thick, a little too matte for me personally. I probably wouldn't be able to wear it on its own just because it does feel really drying, but still beautiful. I love that on the side right here it says a badass does not talk about being a badass. I love that more than you guys could ever know, because there's no need to sit there and proclaim to the world how great you are. Like, just be great. You know what I mean? Like, no need to be braggy. Just be humble. Choose to be humble instead. I don't know. Personal pet peeve, but I love that it says that, and that is the lipstick. And then on the other side right here, we have their gloss. This is in the shade Passion, I believe. Yes, Passion. And I really love the two together. I like the gloss a little bit more. It's thinner, so it kind of settled in a little bit better. When you go in and dunk, you do get less off at a time, but overall, really, really nice. Probably like the gloss more than the lipstick because I'm not so much a matte girl, and this is a very intense matte. But for the look, I think everything came together. The other couple of things I am wearing on my face right now, the Fenty bronzer in Inda Sun, and I am wearing a mixture from the Nars Exposed Cheek palette of these two for blush. A little bit of this highlight right here, as well as a little bit of the Glazed Donut from Ofra on the high points, inner eye, and a little bit on the, brow bone. Now, as far as the foundation goes, I have a real quick mini check-in for you guys. While I've been filming just this time, I have another video to go film as well, but I just wanted to give you this real quick check-in, let you see how it's looking, how it came together. I think it looks okay. It doesn't look as smooth as it did before I powdered, but my hope is that everything will kind of melt together, settle into the skin, and work out. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to scoot over, film my other video, which obviously you guys will be seeing shortly, if not very soon, and I'm going to film that and get back with you guys here in a few hours. I will do a check-in at the end of the day, let you know how long I've been wearing it, how it wore, all that good stuff. So hang tight, I will be right back, and girl, we're just going to keep seeing how this works. That eyeshadow though, like, can you even get over my eyeshadow? Guys, it was a violent situation there for a minute, but I feel like everything came together, and we're just gonna smile because I really like the way my makeup turned out, and we're just gonna be happy about it. We're gonna choose to be happy. Yes, and we're gonna drink some Diet Coke with light ice. Yes, girl. Okay, beautiful people. At this point, you're probably a little bit confused. So allow me to give you a rundown of what happened last time we left. So I told you guys, hey, I'm gonna go wear test this foundation. I'll check back in. I'll let you know my final thoughts. Well, let me tell you, I did a 5 o'clock check-in with just myself. I realized my face looked a little mattified. So I gave myself a couple sprays at Catrice. I went on my way. I didn't think anything of it. I figured I'll keep them updated. I'll get back on in a couple of hours and we'll finish this video out. Girl, I was wrong. And y'all, I'm not trying to make excuses, but I got so busy editing my video as I make an excuse that I completely forgot to check in. I don't know what was going on with me, but next thing I know, it's hour 10 or 11, and this foundation looked so cakey and so matty, and it really did look matte, like overly so, from the moment I went and set my face and got everything finished. It just looked way too cakey to me. So I didn't want that to be the last time we saw it. I really wanted to leave this with a better note and try it again, because I figure at this point I have a second chance to do it right. So today I went in, I did my makeup with the same foundation, but I used different steps to do it, and I feel like it's making a huge difference. Like, my skin right now looks so much less mattified and less cakey than it did yesterday when I filmed it with all the other products. So I used the same two primers, the Tatcha and the Milk, but then I went in with 2 sprays, one on each side of my Farsali Rose Gold Skin Mist. This does a beautiful job whenever I feel like my skin needs a little bit more, not so much oil, but a little bit more luminescence. Maybe it's a little dry, maybe it feels like it's gonna dry out quickly or whatever the case is, I'll go in with 2 sprays of that and it helps a lot. So then I applied the foundation per usual, concealer, all of that. Now today I did try using their concealer as a spot concealer, and that worked pretty nicely as well. I didn't build it up a ton or anything, but it did go on really nicely and it blended into my skin pretty evenly, which is nice. Now the other major difference that I did was with my setting powder. Today I used the Hourglass translucent veil setting powder, and this actually makes a big difference on my skin. It's a lot finer and lighter than my Maybelline. Not a lot, I should say. It's probably like, I would say 30% less mattifying than my Maybelline, which normally the Maybelline goes in and it just settles in beautifully and I don't notice the mattification. But if this foundation is sensitive to mattifying properties, which it does seem to be, I wanted to go in with something that would give me a little less mattify, but also still set my foundation really nicely, and this does just that. But that is where we left off today. Now, today I'm going to be doing an actual wear test where I remember to check in with you guys, let you know how it's going. I'm going to try and speed this video along, but I just wanted to let you guys know I did have a couple mishaps along the way, but this is where we landed at right now, and I really do love the way it's looking. And by the way, I'm sorry this isn't on like my actual camera. I don't know what is happening, but me and that camera didn't get along this morning. I tried 20 different settings. I don't know what's happening, so I was like, look, we got to do this video. We're going to do it on our phone, and we're just going to like pray nobody hates me. So please don't hate Paige. I would have even used my vlogging camera if you think I could find that. Absolutely not. I have no idea where it is. It disappeared, it ran away. So I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of my day. I will check on at the end. We're going to talk about this, how it wore, what my overall experience has been. So far, it looks pretty good. I do think it looks a little bit matte through here, but nothing even close to what it looked like yesterday. And more than that, I feel like it's actually kind of settling into the pores a lot nicer. So once it gets into its sweet spot about 2 hours from now, roughly, I think it'll look a lot nicer. So hang tight, guys, and I will be right back. Okay, you guys, it is officially the end of the day, and I've been wearing this foundation today for over 9 hours, and let's go ahead and bring you in. Wow, and ignore that loud car. This looks infinitely better than it did yesterday after probably 4 or 5 hours worth of wear. And I think the way that I would address this foundation, and I'll get to the overall wear of it here in a second, but I think how I would address this is make sure you go on their website before you pick out your foundation and look at how they addressed your specific skin type. Because for mine, for example, they targeted my demographic as someone that has a difficult time with redness and hypersensitivity. So they included some really nice skincare benefits in mine, which is great, but at the same time that ended up taking away a lot of the mattification properties that you'll also see in foundation. So for me, when I went through and I tried to really mattify this down, it ended up looking very cakey and unnatural, because that's not what this foundation is really designed to do. So I just wanted to give you guys one more close up here. As you can see, again, today I went in and I set it a lot less with my Hourglass powder, and then I did a couple extra sprays of my Farsali mist. I think that did a beautiful job of really complementing the skincare side of this foundation and making it look a lot more natural, almost dewy luminous throughout the day. Not so dewy and luminous though that it broke apart on my skin. You can definitely see I'm missing a little bit around my nose. Granted, it has been 10 hours and my nose itself, an entire T-zone, did get pretty oily. So something to consider if you're in my spectrum and you're on the normal to oily scale. Now I will continue to work with this because I definitely feel like when I applied it, it goes on so beautiful, so seamless. If you don't set your foundation or you do it very lightly like I did today, it is so beautiful. This foundation really shines. The less you work with it, the less you cover it up, the better. It sets into the pores so beautifully, even throughout the day as I was wearing it. Like, look at this whole cheek area right here. It just looks so, so stunning. Now, I did go ahead today as well, like I told you this morning, and split the sides of my face. So this side is the Tatcha, this side is the Hydro Grip. I feel like both sides look very nice, but the Tatcha definitely looks a little bit more smooth and filled in. Those are my thoughts on the foundation. The concealer I tried today as a spot treatment, which I believe I showed you a little bit of in a clip this morning. It worked good for that. I'm a little bit bummed out by the shade range. I wish it was a little bit more inclusive. It had a little bit more of a highlight shade range because there's only 16 shades and I don't love that, but the actual consistency of it I will keep working with to see how it covers the blemishes, the redness, all of that. The eyeshadow, that was probably my biggest fail for sure. The matte lipstick was nice. The gloss was nice. I felt like I had to layer it up a lot because it settled into the lips pretty bad. Like, went with the lipstick. I want to try the two separate and see how that goes. But as far as the eyeshadow
eyeshadow palette. I think that was probably my biggest fail to date. So those are my thoughts overall, though. I want to hear from you guys down below. I was actually getting tagged from a bunch of you today on their posts like, hey Paige, I can't wait for you to check it out. And I just want to know, what do you guys think? Do you like the way that they addressed the skincare? Do you like the way that they went through and did the shade range? All of that. I'm a big fan. I can't wait to dive in more. I can't wait for them to release more things and get to play around more with them in the future. So leave me all your thoughts down below. Don't forget to check me out on Instagram and on Twitter. They're both listed down below. And if all things go correctly, while this is going live, there's also a cute little 1-minute video I did on Instagram, so you can pop over there, check that out. And all the things down below are just hyperlinks. So you click them, click follow. You don't have to do a bunch of mussing around. It's super easy. And while you're at it, don't forget you can also subscribe and turn on your post notifications here on the wonderful world of YouTube, my friends, because I upload 5 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. They go up bright and early between 6 and 7 a.m. my time here in Northern Michigan. And girl, it is a fun, fresh lit time. We talk about everything. We dive into new, old, love it, hate it, whatever the case may be. And you guys, that is it. Thank you all so much for watching. Please do not forget to have a great day, night, weekend, whatever it is when you're watching this. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Yes, 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 yes. I could do that all day and I don't know why, but I could. Did my hair have that fun little cowlick looking thing the whole time, or no? Because that's real cute. I will leave it right here because I can tell. Superstar. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Paige, this is Seeking Alexandria, and I will tell you right now, I'm gonna be talking, rambling, I'm gonna dive into the motorcycles.